Welcome, fans and collectors. This is Marvel and DC 379 with another review, and today we'll be looking at DC Comics Multiverse Suicide Squad Katana. So here's the package. There's the Suicide Squad logo right there. It says DC Comics Multiverse. Warnings in multiple languages. That really awesome background. There's that really awesome shot of Katana in that stance. There's the DC Comics logo right there. Suicide Squad Katana. Collect and Connect Croc. But what makes this figure special is that she's a standalone figure that doesn't come with a Killer Croc Collect and Connect piece, which I'm glad because I'm not interested, to be honest. And here's the Collect and Connect figure. And here's the available figures: Joker, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Boomerang, and Katana, which I currently have, and the re-released Batman. But honestly, like I said in my haul video, I don't have any interest in the other figures or the Collect and Connect figure. I like the characters, it's the figures themselves that I don't care for. So that's about it for packaging. And here we have Katana from the Suicide Squad movie. And like I said in my previous video, she was my favorite character in the movie along with El Diablo. And she's a very interesting character both in the comics and in the movie. And, well, let's get into the figure. And I've really liked this design for Katana. It's very eye-catching. I really like the colors. And it has a great likeness to the movie counterpart. It looks just like Katana, how she is in the movie. So she has her jacket and black pants and the really nice black boots with the sculpted laces, which is very nice detail. And what's really cool is that she has a badge that resembles the Japan flag, so that's very patriotic. Although the white is kind of off, like it's wearing off mostly because of my particular copy, but that's okay, it doesn't bother me that much. And the sash on and her belt looks just awesome. The beautiful sculpting work, especially right here, that is just awesome. And you can see sculpted scars right here above her chest and around her belly, which is very nice, and I really like that. But what really stands out to me the most is the gold. There's gold kanji on one of her pant legs. There's gold flowers here on her shoulder, right there, and here and there, which is very incredible. So let's take a look at the head sculpt. It looks just like the actress in the film. It's not 100% spot on, but close enough. And I really like her hair sculpt and the mask she wears. It's white with a red dot representing the Japan flag, which is again very patriotic, really awesome. So let's go over articulation. Ball jointed head, hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, single hinge elbow. There's actually a ball joint wrist, which is something I don't see often. There's a hinged torso so it can go forward and back, swivel waist, DC Universe Classics hip joint so it can go in and out and forward and back, hinged knees, and hinged ankles. So decent articulation for a figure like this. So for accessories, she has two, and she doesn't have a Collect and Connect piece, which again I don't mind because I have no interest in the figure, and I'm just interested in Katana because how much I like the character. So she comes with a Tanto knife. It comes in this sheath and it is removable, which is really nice because there's little slots here and here, which I will get more into with the Katana. But for this Tanto knife, it's very nice. It has this saya, which is the sheath, and you can pull it out, and there's a really nice silver blade. It's very detailed, and both the Tanto and the Katana were warped, but I was able to fix it. This one, it's not perfect, but at least it looks straight enough, but the katana looks so much better. And for warped and bent toys, I know people use two common methods, the hot water trick and the hair dryer trick. But I did something with swords and knives, which is very interesting. It works for me, but I don't know if it works for others, but if it happens to you, if you have a character with knives or swords, especially with a sheath, I would say give this a try. It always works for me. So what I do is keep the knife or sword in the sheath for a period of time. You wait for it to straighten out for a period of time, as long as it takes, and then the scabbard or sheath will straighten out the blade and pull it out, and then it will straighten out. I mean, it worked for me before. It worked for me with Deadpool and his swords, and it worked for me for Marvel Legends Angela when her sword was kind of crooked, so I put it back into the scabbard. I wait for a period of time. For Angela, it was like a month, and then it was able to straighten out. I don't know anybody else who uses this method, but it's something I just discovered. So I recommend this for characters who wield a sword or a knife with a scabbard or a sheath. So let's see how it looks in our hand. It fits into our hand very decently. There we go. So if you want to use a smaller side blade, you can have her wield that. Since this is a tanto, this is a tactical knife used by samurai, or when they lose in battle and want to regain their honor, they commit harakiri or seppuku. And if you don't know what that word means, look it up, because I want to keep my channel age appropriate and family friendly and PG-13. But this is me teaching history lessons. So you can put it back into the saya or the sheath, and there's a very small indent to keep it from falling, like so. See? It's fairly secure. Sometimes it can be loose, but for the most part it is secure. And Katana isn't Katana without her katana. And like I said, there's the little slot so you can hold the katana sword. So let's take the katana out of its saya, or the sword, and you see what I mean when I use the method when I keep it in the scabbard or the sheath for a period of time. And this sword was much worse condition. It was really bent out of shape, but I was able to straighten it out with the method I just discovered. And like I said before, you can hold it in our hand, and it looks very nice with the suka, which is the handle of the katana sword, and the suba, which is the guard of the sword, and that really nice gold and black. It looks very nicely sculpted, but my complaint is that it looks a little too small on her. I mean, just if you compare the sword with katana, it looks a little bit on the short side. I mean, I had to look up reference pictures. I mean, I guess it's short, but it wasn't this short. I mean, if it were just a little bit of a centimeter taller, I think that would be accurate to the film. So that's it for accessories. For size comparison, here she is with my DC Universe Classic Superman. And here she is with Batman because, well, he's Batman. And here she is with Green Lantern Kyle Rayner. And she's on the short side. She's not too short, not like Yoda short, but it's only by a head that she's short. So my final thoughts on this figure, well, to be honest, she has a good amount of redeeming qualities and flaws. Like, it has a great likeness to the character in the film, and the details, I don't think there's a single detail missing on this figure, but there are flaws. Like I wish that her articulation was a little bit better because I can't get her into two-handed poses because I actually do study Kenjutsu and the katana is a two-handed weapon, well, unless you're Miyamoto Musashi, and I feel like her legs look a tad a bit too skinny, but it's not that bad. And sometimes the sword and the knife, the katana and the tanto, sometimes they can be a little loose on her belt, and the sword is just a little bit too short. If it's just a little bit longer, it would be movie accurate. But I still recommend this figure. I think she's great in any Suicide Squad display or just any DC toy display. So this has been it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. 私はゲットあなたに挑戦する。